So I was asked to do a birthday card for one of my young cousins and then do one for his sister too, so that the two of them would get cards. And what I did was I did small thumbnail drawings on post-it paper to plan out the drawing, and post-it notes are 3 inches by 5 inches. And I just did a rough drawing in blue, and then I went over it in black pencil to tie down some of the parts that I wanted to make sure I got right. I'm looking at pictures online of what these characters are, and it's from a show called Spidey and His Amazing Friends. And the characters are based on little kids. It's a little kid show. So the characters seem to be 3 to 3.5 heads tall. So they have big heads and small bodies. And this is Spidey, the main guy, as a child character called Spidey. And this is Spider-Gwen. And apparently she can fly, but I think she also swings on a web too. So I have him spinning web out of the palm of his hand. That's where his not the trigger. Well, the trigger is in his palm, and then the nozzle for the web to come out is on his wrist. And this web back here is what he's just let go of as he's swinging forward. His momentum is taking him, and he's taking out web stuff. These shapes here are just abstract buildings in the background. And then for Spider-Gwen, she's holding on and kind of waving, and she has 1 foot to camera. So these drawings, I made sure that I got what I wanted, got the details where I wanted. And after I did that, I had to blow them up on bigger paper. So what I did was I took a pad of Bristol paper. This is smooth surface. It's 9 by 12. It's a 400 series from Strathmore. You can get this at the art supply store. And I just copied freehand the 2 thumbnail drawings onto the larger paper. So here's the Spider-Man thumbnail, and there's the enlargement that I did. And here's the Spider-Gwen thumbnail, and there's the enlarged drawing that I did on the Bristol. And what I need to do after that, I just did it in blue pencil, and then I used a black number 2 pencil to tie down the line work to make sure it looked just right, get the details right that I want before I go to ink it in, ink them both in. And the buildings, I made just one long building that connects all the way across them. And I'll probably color that in gray, some kind of gray color. And then I have to go online and make sure I get their colors right for their costumes. And let's start some of the inking now. And I'm going to use, I need to make sure I use archival ink pen that won't fade over time. So this one says it's micro perm, and it's ultra fine though. Permanent on most surfaces. What else do I have here? I have this one, the Zig Pigment Acid-Free Archival Quality Light Fast. That's the kind that we want. This is a 0.5, so that's a good one. And this one is the Statler Pigment, document proof, light fast also. And that's a 0.5. So these two should be good. I've also got brush pens, but I'm not sure if they're archival or not. let's just say they'll last long while in a picture frame exposed to light. Probably not that one. This one should be good also. Faber-Castell Eco Pigment. There we go, 0.8. See, everything's washed off. These are Copic. That's a Statler. That's a Statler. So we'll save the Copic for last, but we'll use these 0.5s to start. And for me, I would start by just darkening in, just get my hand warmed up. Following my pencil line as best I can. And then the webbing in there like this. And then, now that I got my hand warmed up, looks like a smudge there. Erase that. I can start here. Like that. And let's take a pause here. Just wanted to turn my board around. And let's get this. So this pen is pretty good. It doesn't seem to want to go all the time. And let's try this one. This one's a lot better. This is the Zig Millennium. And get some of these spider web lines on his face going. So what these pens do is they are permanent ink and they're supposed to not fade over time if you have them framed and they get exposed to a little bit of sunlight over the years. So these drawings should be good for a long time. There we go. So, like I said, I had to look this up. I had to look these characters up because I had probably seen them at the store as toys, but I had never actually seen the show. And I remember years ago there was a show about the Marvel heroes. They seemed to be kids, and they had big heads and small bodies. And I think it was called Superhero Squad, and some of my friends worked on that. There we go. So I will skip ahead to later that same day. And show you what I came up with. So you're not watching me do the entire thing. All right, we've got the drawings done in ink. We can start to erase some of the blue and black pencil out of it. You don't have to press hard. And this old eraser does just fine. So I picked one of these generic Master Touch markers. It says it's alcohol based. To start the coloring. And I'm using the chisel end to get me some semi-broad strokes here. right over this part. Now Spider-Gwen has different coloring. I'm saving Spidey's blue for after I start on Spidey-Gwen. And inside her cowl is this purple color. So we'll do that. And then the lines around her eyes are purple. And then this part is purple here. And this part. And it looks like well, these are the CG models, so let me find the other models and we'll be right back. Okay, so I've added the color and now I'm just doing the lettering. Don't try this at home unless you're a professional letterer. And there we go. So we went from thumbnail sketch to finished color of Spidey, and a thumbnail sketch of Spider-Gwen to finished color. And I'm thinking I'll just leave maybe I should just leave those webs just black lines. Just let it go at that. And that's how you do your drawings. Start with a small drawing and work it up to large size. I colored in the buildings in a dark gray. I'm just going to leave the sky white. Probably, if I were to do that in color, it would probably look better in watercolor, but I don't want to put that much watercolor on this paper. It'll buckle. So until next time, keep drawing and keep having fun.